So Chinese nationals in South Africa were sentenced to 20 years each for their involvement in the human trafficking of 91 Malawian nationals, 37 of them being children. We've also got a story about Chinese nationals getting deported from Nigeria for scamming. And we've also got a story about Chinese nationals who were deported from Sri Lanka for scamming. So leave a like on the video, guys. Let's get that out of the way. Now, a lot of people do say, oh, Tankz, you're anti-China. Believe me, I'm not anti-China. I'm British, but my family heritage is from Grenada. And in Grenada, there are a lot of Chinese buildings, a lot of Chinese investment going on there. And when I'm hearing these stories, and I'm seeing so many stories of what Chinese nationals are getting up to in other countries, I have every right to be concerned. It's not me being anti-China. I'm just concerned. I'm thinking, is that going on in Grenada? Because if that's going on in Grenada, I'll fucking burn the building down, bro. Like, no cap. Here's the 7 nationals. Here's the 7 sickos that were involved in the forced labor of children. Don't care. No, I don't see any. I don't see any remorse. I think them lot are just deep in fuck. I'm gonna do 20 years in prison. The rest, there's no remorse. They probably don't see what they've done is wrong. They probably don't see the Malawians that they subjected to this horrendous treatment as human beings. That's just the truth. They don't see you as human beings, a lot of these, man, bro. The 4 men and women were found guilty of human trafficking and kidnapping earlier this year by South African court. Their sentence comes nearly 6 years after they were arrested. They raided a factory in Johannesburg and they found 91 Malawian nationals, 37 of them being children. The factory raid came after authorities received a tip-off from a worker who had managed to escape. They had to escape the torture that these people were putting on. They were taken advantage of by these people. A lot of immigrants, they're taken advantage of. They're taken advantage of, bro, because they haven't got any other choice. They ain't got their passport. They can't go anywhere, bro. These people are sick. They were paid far below South Africa's minimum wage of £1.22, which is mental. And also in South Africa, there's a lot of xenophobia going on in South Africa. Like, immigration is being blamed for a lot of issues in South Africa, similar to what we're seeing here in the UK, because things are getting worse. Things are a lot worse in South Africa. They're a lot worse because I think 46% of 15 to 34-year-olds in South Africa are unemployed. That is very, very concerning. That means there's not a lot of jobs going around, because when you're aged 15 to 34, that is when you are the most productive. That is when you can produce the most output for a business. That's when you're the best that's when you're going to be the best worker, you know? And I saw a BBC documentary not long ago, and it followed some anti-immigration people, like an extreme group of anti-immigration people in South Africa. There was even a woman crying, bruv, like, who was a part of the group, saying, I just hate the immigrants. I just hate them. Like, these are people who have been conditioned to think that all of their problems, and it's easy to do that. It's easy to blame everything on something. When you have something to blame, it's very easy to abolish responsibility of yourself. And don't get it twisted. Things are hard, but nothing in this life is impossible. That's what I want everybody watching my content to remember. Like, bro, nothing is actually impossible. There's nothing that I can do that freaking Elon Musk can do that you can't do yourself, bro. Don't forget that. Don't lose belief in yourself. But they were literally going to businesses. Like, these are armed people. And I know in South Africa, you do need armed security. Armed security is a normal thing because the police don't do anything. And the country's not really functioning that good right now. But they were literally going into businesses and checking people's papers. That's normal to see here. The Home Office will do raids like that. But these are civilians, bruv. Going into businesses on video with guns, demanding, saying, where are your papers? Who are you? You able to work here? Good. And you doing that, and this is why it gets difficult, because yes, that is a part of the problem as to why you are unable to get a job. That is a part of the problem, but there are so many other factors, but you've been forced to focus on this factor that is not even that significant. It's not even that significant. Somebody working in this one business, maybe this one little shop has one illegal worker that they might even be paying a legal wage. And it's like that job could be going to South Africa, and absolutely. But that illegal immigrant is not the reason why your country has electricity blackouts, bro. That illegal immigrant is not a part of the reason why AIDS is so rampant in your country, bruv. But people have just been conditioned to think that, and it's difficult because it does make sense. But you need to also put some of the blame on the people coming to your country and partaking in this, partaking in the use of illegal immigrants who will take less than the minimum wage to work instead of employing actual South Africans. So anyway, enough about that. Take a look at this story here, guys, yeah? Nigeria deports Chinese scammers in crackdown on foreign-led cybercrime. And Nigeria, they do want to improve their reputation worldwide, because worldwide their reputation is, are you Nigerian? Bruv, where's my bank card? You got my bank card. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reputation that Nigeria has. Nigeria's deported dozens of foreigners, 50 of them being Chinese nationals. Yeah, the known as the Yahoo Boys. They've taken all this down. Yeah, that's what Nigeria is doing. Nearly 800 suspects, including 148 Chinese and 40 Filipino nationals, were arrested last December in what authorities called an organized network in which foreigners collaborate with Nigerian recruits to carry out romance and cryptocurrency investment scams. It's not funny. Getting scammed ain't funny, but you know. And the NCA. This is the NCA, the National Crime Agency in the UK, bro. They said the biggest non-British threat comes from Chinese criminals, both based in China and the UK. Chinese national offenders are linked to cyber, drugs, fraud, illicit finance, modern slavery, human trafficking, and organized immigration crime offending that impacts on the UK. The NCA's annual National Strategic Assessment Report found, it added, it is unlikely that the already high threats from Chinese-speaking money laundering networks in the UK continues to grow. And you see, when they talk about money laundering, guys, like I've said this already, bro, London wouldn't exist if it wasn't for money laundering. And you know, Chinese citizens, they got their money in China, but they want to get their money out of China so they can have more freedom to use it. But I've made a video, I'll link the video where I talk about, it was my video talking about Chinese students, how Chinese students are used in the UK. Not all of them, but there are Chinese students used in the UK because they can open a bank account in the UK to have their money laundered out of China. Hong Kong was given back to China. Hong Kong was a great way for Chinese nationals to get money out of China. That window is slowly closing. It's going to become more difficult. So that's why Chinese money laundering operations are going to keep on propping up. There's going to be more and more people involved in them. Even down here, this lady, this Russian lady, she was accused of heading a multi-billion-dollar money laundering ring. If you're interested in money laundering, you know, and you've got some accountancy skills, bro, I'm not encouraging you to do crime, but there's a huge market. If you can get money out of China and into the West, bro, you're quids in. You're actually quids in. 2 Chinese nationals arrested on complaint alleging that they illegally shipped China-sensitive microchips used in AI applications. As you guys know, tensions are high. To America, we're on America's side in the UK, and China is the ops to America. China is the ops, and we don't know what could happen with Taiwan in the next couple of years, bro. Someone could do something to escalate something, and God knows what. We could be going to war with fucking China, bro. That don't sound exciting at all, bruv. And also, bruv, Africa, you know, black countries, Caribbean countries, Africa, bruv, like, we could be used as pawns in this as well. We are, if it goes to war, if it comes down to that. But hopefully it doesn't, man. Hopefully it doesn't. Sri Lanka deports 85 Chinese nationals convicted of crimes. And guys, you need to remember as well, like, these are just people getting caught, bro. Like, 99.8% of criminals, you're not caught, bruv. You don't get caught. Like these, maybe not 99.8, but most people don't get caught, bro. This is just who they're catching. This is Sri Lanka, bro. Like, it's a developing country, bro. Like in developing countries, when you're doing these things in developing countries, bro, you just gotta grease the right hands, and then you're usually good to go. Even in Australia and New Zealand, China national denied bail, charged with reckless foreign interference in Australia, and the FBI upgrades New Zealand, their FBI office in New Zealand, you know, to try and counter Chinese international crime. My man here is the head of the FBI, and we need to remember, guys, as well, because China does say, oh, well, the West is saying, oh, China is allowing their criminals to do things to the West. Bro, best believe the West is doing the same thing, bro. They are the ops to the West, all right? They're the ops. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. What do you guys think, man? Do you guys want to move to China? Do you think China's going to be the world's next superpower? Is China already the world's superpower? That's an argument that I hear. That's something that my Rasta uncle has been telling me for ages. He said, China's miles ahead, man. They're miles ahead. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. I don't know, bruv. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Peace and love to every single one of you guys watching this video.